Hey students, in this video I'm going to go over how to write quadratic equations in standard form. So when we write equations in standard form for quadratic equations, we need three values, the a, b, and the c. This specific approach is going to be using regression, which is a process of determining an equation when you have data. So what it does is that it collects the data that you give, whether it's points, table, or even scatter points in the graph. And what it does is that it traces like a line that goes through the data to predict future values. So that is called a line of best fit. So the more points you have, it'll be best to put all of the points in the calculator. That way the calculator can give you the most accurate line that will go through the points. So here's the steps. We're going to go home on the calculator, and then you're going to open a new document. So right here where it says new, you're going to press number 1. When this comes out, you're going to say no, we don't want to save any documents. And let me see if it's different without the light. It's a little darker, so we'll just keep it on. So what you're going to do next is you're going to add the list in spreadsheets, number 4. And then we're going to type in X and Y at the top of A and B. So up here where it's A, we're going to type the letter X, go down, right, up, and type Y. And this is you telling the calculator that you're about to type X values on this column and then Y values on this. You gotta fill in the given data. So let's do example number 1. These points, so the X value is 0, 3, 7, and 12. And then the Y values that go with each one, 11, -2, 1, and 8. So once the data is in, we're going to find the regression equation by pressing this button. So we're going to press menu, and then statistics, stat calculations, excuse me, quadratic regression. And then we're going to put on X list the X. So you drag it and press arrow, click X. For the Y list, click arrow and press Y. And then you press OK. So what you have now is the calculator giving you A, B, and C values. So you're going to identify those values. A, if we round it, is going to be 0.30. B is going to be negative 3.70 if we round it to 2 decimal places like money. C is going to be 9.61. So once you have A, B, and C values, you're going to write the equation following this format: y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And then your equation will look like y equals 0.30x squared minus 3.70x plus 9.61. So this is the equation in standard form that follows this data. To give you a visual of what this means, we can continue following the steps here on your notes. Let's say that we're going to do a graph. So control doc and add graphs and arrow up. What that would look like is control doc, add graphs, and then you press up and enter. This is the calculator typing the equation for you and graphing it and showing you what it looks like. So to sketch that on our paper, we know that it's a U, that seems to be touching at two x-intercepts on the right side, a vertex right there, somewhere here, and then there's a y-intercept somewhere up here. I will suggest for you to trace the graph and find what these values are, just for verification purposes if needed. So 3.74 is one of the zeros. If you keep going, you have your minimum at 6.13, negative 1.72, and then the other zero will be at 8.52. So this is a sketch that shows the exact attributes of the quadratic based on the data given. Okay, let's try two more examples. The first thing you want to do is turn it on, go home, press new document, number 1. You're going to say no, you don't want to save any data. And then it's going to clear it for you, and then you start all over again. So you're going to go to at list and spreadsheets. Make sure at the top of A and B you put X and Y. And then you type all those X values, negative 2, 0, 2, 4, 5, and negative 8, 0, 12, 28, 39. Then you press menu, statistics, stat calculations, and then number 6, quadratic regression. You want to specify that you want your X list to have X, Y list to have Y. Press OK. And that should give you your A, B, and C values. So we have A equals about 0.57 if we round it. B equals 4.95 if we round it. And C equals negative 0.24 if we round it. So what we're going to do is write the equation y equals 0.57 x squared plus 4.95x minus 0.24. And that's the process of writing the equation in standard form. To make the sketch, you will go to Control, Doc, Add Graphs, and then you press up, Enter. So this one shows that it's going to look something like this. And to be more specific, let's trace it. So it shows that one of the zeros is at 0.049. Then you have the y-intercept at negative 0.243. Then you will have a vertex or a minimum at negative 4.37, negative 11.1. And then the other x-intercept will be negative 8.79. So that's the accurate sketch for that second problem. Here's a third example. We cannot write an equation if we don't have the data. So these points are the data, but you will need to kind of write a table to yourself of that data. So this point is negative 1, 2. This point is 3, 5. And this point is 6, negative 2. So with these 3 points, we're going to do the process. We're going to go home, new document, no to saving it. We're going to add list and spreadsheets. Label this X and Y. Type in your data. And then menu, statistics, stat calculations, quadratic regression, number 6. We're going to select X and Y. And then we get our ABC. A is negative 0.44, B is 1.63, and C is 4.07. So our equation here will be y equals negative 0.44x squared plus 1.63 plus 4.07. Oh, I forgot to write x as well. Okay, so that's the standard form for this scenario. And just to reiterate the practice, Control Doc opens the graph. So add a graph, up, enter. And this is this graph, but specifically, if we trace the x-intercepts, we'll know where it's crossing and the y-intercept. So let's trace. So the x-intercept right there is negative 1.71. Somewhere here, negative 1.71. Then we have the y-intercept at 4.07, somewhere here, 4.07. Then we have a maximum at 1.85, 5.58. That's around here and here, somewhere there. Then we have the other x-intercept at 5.41. So these points will connect with the points that we currently have and create a sketch of our graph. Okay, so those 3 examples should help you with how to write standard form using regression.